Good morning, afternoon and day, beautiful humans. I hope you are all very nice and well and healthy. I have another art thing for you today, so I hope you enjoy. So a while ago I downloaded an app called Daily Art, but it gives you a piece of art each day that you might not have seen before. This piece that I saw the other day I have not seen before, and I have no idea how I haven't seen it before because it instantly became my favourite piece of artwork ever, and you're going to see why in a second. I would like us to try and replicate what we see in this artwork. It's absolutely amazing. It's by a lady called Wislawa Szymbroska, which I'm pretty sure I said wrong, so I do apologise, and it's called The Cat. I'm not being funny, but how amazing is that? She was pretty known for putting these pictures on postcards, so she just stuck them on a different postcard. But I'm loving the kind of contradiction, the contrast between those random people sat in the background and then this amazing cat in a dress in the foreground. So as soon as she did a bit of collage, we're going to be doing a bit of collage today. I have a pet cat, Bart, and I'm up for drawing him in a dress for the final layer. So if you guys have a pet or anything, maybe you could get a photo of those and then draw them. But we still want to be collage in the background. So first of all, let's go through some things that we're going to need today. We would need a pencil and our rubber. They always go hand in hand. A selection of colouring pencils when I draw the cat. These probably aren't the colours, but I've got more over here. My scissors, some glue sticks and 2 pieces of paper. So the 2 pieces are one for the background and then one to draw your animal in a dress on to put on top. I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm so excited about this right now. I have some magazines that I've found. I think it might work a bit better with newspapers because they've kind of got like the old look to them, but magazines will do. We're working with what we can at the moment. So I have a netball magazine, I have a Rugby World Cup magazine, and I've got a wedding magazine. And that is a little insight into my life. So, I'm going to have a little look through these and then see what we can come out with. I just want a kind of bunch of people. We've got to see what's in here first. I have lucked out hard. What I have here is some perfect cutouts of lots of rugby men, which is fantastic. But also playing on that idea of contrast and contradiction. What contrasts more a cat in a dress than a rugby player? So I've cut out some of these really neatly. Now I still have to go in and cut out some bits in the middle here because I want it to be perfectly around the person. So this is really going to test your cutting skills today. If you do need to get into that middle bit and you haven't got a scalpel, what we're going to do is kind of like fold it a tad. We'll make a little snip in there. Once you've got a little snip, we can try and cut it out as neat as we can. If you cut things out and it's a little bit scrappy, it's always going to look scrappy. So take your time with the scissors, be careful, and cut them out as neat as you can. In the picture that we saw, there are 7 people. So, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I need one more at least, so I've got 6. Because we want to play around with the composition a little bit. Oh wow, guys, look what I found. So, I have ideas of this beautiful woman putting the crown on, guess who? Dun, da, da, on Bart. They're going to have the crown and get put on King Bart. I don't think he's that bothered. So with the final layer, the one that's going to go on top, i.e. the cat, you want to think about the proportion of it. So the proportions mean the size of something in comparison to something else. So if I have my lady here, I don't want my cat to be like this big because she won't be able to get the crown on. Do you know what I mean? So look at the people that you've cut out and see how big do you actually want your cat to be. So mine is probably going to be something like that big. So this is the quick line I drew to determine how big I want my cat. So from here to the bottom of the piece of paper. When looking at the image, you can see that it's kind of split into 3. So to keep our proportions correct, I'm actually going to roughly split this box into 3. So I've got the head, the chest, and then the skirt area. So let's start with the chest. Within this box it has some sort of pinny. So I'm going to draw that pinny in about here, I reckon. Above that we have a kind of neckerchief for this circle. So this is going to go all the way up and round a little bit. I'm going to rub out these grid lines after, they're just to help me out for the time being. So this is Bart, this is the picture I'm going to be using, so I'm just going to use his head. Now I know now that the head needs to come from around here to the very top of this mark. I'm just going to take a second now to colour in my cat. I have a bunch of different pencil colours. I'm going to put on the screen a zoomed in picture of the cat from Wislawa Szymbroska's work, and because I'm going to copy pretty much what she had there, but you can use whatever you like. Think about previously where you're kind of shading. You don't want to be having loads of different lines and things in there, so try and have a nice smooth gradient of tones or a nice block colour. Whatever you're choosing, think about it, take your time, and I'll see you in a sec. But do remember to rub out those lines that you drew as a gauge for your proportions. So rub them out before you start colouring in. So I'm absolutely loving this. As I've zoomed in a little bit closer to the picture, I've realised that the cat isn't actually holding a sword and I don't really know what's going on with it. However, my cat is holding a sword and he is looking gangster. So I'm going to finish this off and then cut him out. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, we are all done here. Quite happy with this. It just cut out nice and neatly. Now we're going to move on to our composition. Okay, composition means the way things are set out on the page. I personally have a brown piece of card for my background. Some of you might have a white background, and if you do, you might just want to put a bit of pencil colour in the back. That's totally up to you. Even with my brown, I'm going to do a little, like a few lines in the back almost. In the picture there's some kind of like sofas and things. Now I'm quite carefree about this because I just want to get some sort of colours down. Now we're going to play and we're going to go through some different compositions. So yours might be completely different to mine. However, I want you to take time, move things around, see how it looks and adapt to that before you stick it all down. I had a little play around with the composition and things, moved it around, thought about maybe using an A3 piece of paper because the rugby guys that I've cut out are quite big. However, I like the brown of my card, so I think I've got a final product. Brace yourselves. So this is my final collage, this is the final outcome, and I have King Bart there in the middle with 4 very handsome rugby men, and, well, I'm not being funny, this could be the isolation kicking in, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure this is the best piece of art I've ever made in my life. So we have our collage and we've refined our cutting skills very well. We have our pencils for our pet / animal. I kind of want to see someone do a hamster. Is that weird? I don't know. I feel like a hamster should go in the middle there somewhere. And then we've played around with our composition. Everything is a little bit out of proportion, I can't lie. However, can you imagine if I did the cat this big? Or like taking up the whole page, it might still look a bit funny, so proportion is still very much key. Use what you've got. Maybe I'll try one with just a netball magazine next and see what it comes out like. I really want to see your versions of these. Best picture ever. I hope you all stay very safe. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye. And of course, bye from Bart. Oh, he's just looking at the picture. Do you like it? I think he loves it. Bye, guys.